Okay, so this is problem 2.5.41, and the directions here, they ask us essentially to determine algebraically whether the given function is even, odd, or neither. Okay, and I'm going to rewrite the functions so you can see it a little better. They give us h of x is negative 3x over 8x squared minus 4. Okay, so in order to be able to answer this, whether it's even, odd, or neither, you have to know what even and odd mean. And essentially, what they mean, if you evaluate h at negative x and you get back your original function, that's going to be something that's even. Okay, so what this says is we're going to plug in a negative x everywhere there's an x, and then we evaluate it, and if we come back with our original function, then it's an even function. Okay, if we evaluate h at negative x and we end up with the opposite of our original function, that's a situation that's odd. Okay, so what we need to do to determine if something is even or odd is we need to evaluate it at negative x. So if I take my function here and plug negative x in, all I'm doing is everywhere there is an x, I'm going to substitute in negative x, and then I will just simplify it. Okay, so in for the x in the top here, I've plugged in negative x, and in for the x right here, I've plugged in negative x, and this negative x is being squared. Okay, so notice in the top, negative times negative, I get a positive 3x. In the bottom, when you take a negative x and you square it, it'll just end up being positive. Square anything and you end up making it positive. So this actually just results in 8x squared and then minus 4. So if we compare our original function with this function, notice that the denominators are exactly the same and the numerators are different by a negative, which actually puts us in this situation right here. It makes us have the situation where we evaluated at negative x and we came up with the opposite of our function. The opposite of our function, since this is negative, you could rewrite this as a negative on the outside and then a 3x, 8x squared minus 4, like that. That's the same thing whether I have the negative in the top or the negative out front. The opposite of this function is for this to be a positive, which it is right here. Okay, so this function is actually odd.